Okay, so we're going to get busy making our very own rocket ship so we can go off on intergalactic adventures too. Now I'm guessing most of you will have some of these at home at the moment, from the inside of toilet roll, kitchen roll, wrapping paper or something like that. If you haven't, you can easily make something that will do just the same job. If you get yourself a strip of cardboard or maybe an old cereal packet or a box from something, and if you just roll it round like that, then before too long you stick it with some sticky tape, you will have a roll just the same as the toilet roll inside, ready to make your rocket ship with. And the first thing you need to do with that is get your scissors and just cut 2 slits up the inside, not too far, one on either side, maybe about a third of the way along on that side, and on exactly the opposite place on the other side, like that. Okay, so you've got a cylinder to make the body of your rocket. Next you're going to need a triangle to make some wings. So just on another piece of card or paper or old cereal packet, whatever you have, if you use a ruler to draw yourself a triangle. Now it's really important that this triangle is wider at the bottom than your tube is wide, but that it isn't taller. It must be shorter when you measure it that way so that it doesn't poke out the top. So just draw yourself a triangle on a piece of paper, cut it out. There's my triangle. Now where you cut those slits in the side, that's going to be where the triangle is going to slot in, just like that, so that it gives your rocket some little wings on the bottom like that. So the next shape that we need to make our rocket is going to be made from a circle. So find yourself something round to draw around the outside of. Just found a lid of this and just put it on your card so you can draw around the outside a nice neat even circle, and then with your scissors cut all around the outside until you've got yourself a circle shape like this. Now you need to find the centre of this circle. Now to do that really easily, all you have to do is fold it in half one way, fold it in half the other way, and then the point where those 2 halves meet in the middle is the centre. And then you need to do what I've done and just cut a line from the outside to the middle down the centre of there, not going any further than that centre point, and that gives you a circle with a slit. Then if you slide one bit of card over the top of the other and push it round, you can make that circle into a cone shape for the nose cone of our rocket, and the further you push it round, the taller it gets. And when you're happy that that's the right kind of size to fit onto your rocket, if you just put a little piece of sellotape on there, and there we have a nose cone on your rocket, and you can stick some sellotape on the inside to hold that in place just like that. Now I think our rocket is starting to look pretty good. It's taking shape. I think it's going to need one more thing before it can blast off into the sky, to see those flames coming out of the bottom as the rocket boosters are switched on. So we're going to make those next. Now I've got some orange tissue paper and I've got some red card. You might have some plain card that you can colour in. You might have some coloured wool or fabric, maybe some wrapping from an old present that you've got, that you've kept. Anything like that you can use just to make the flames look like they're shooting at the bottom of our rocket. And all I'm going to do for that is I'm going to cut lots and lots of long, thin strips, and different colours maybe to mix it up to look like flames. And once I've cut some of them out, I'm just going to get a little bit of sticky tape or a little bit of glue and put it on the end, and then start sticking them all around the inside, so the sticky's on the inside of the rocket like that, just to show the flames coming out of the bottom. Okay, we're all set. Our rocket boosters are fired and we're just about ready to blast off into space. But I think it would be kind of a shame if this rocket went all the way to the moon by itself, don't you? I think it needs a passenger. So I'm going to make it wait a moment while somebody gets on board. And that somebody can be whoever you choose. So I have made a little door to stick onto my rocket. And all I've done is just cut a rectangle shape out of a piece of paper. If you just draw yourself roughly a rectangle like that and cut it out. When you've done that, just fold it in half to make a door, and I've drawn a little picture of my space passenger on the inside of my door. So I've stuck the door safely onto the front of my rocket with just a little bit of tape. There's my little alien friend inside. So let's close the door tightly so that he's ready now for our countdown of 3, 2, 1, and blast off! Rory and Hubble had some amazing adventures on their space rocket, Why don't you dream up what kind of adventures your rocket could go on with its passenger? Until I see you again next week for another story. Till then, bye.